Hello, I'm Dave Abram.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll fill you in on this weekend's Women's Fair and meet the South Riverkeeper. But first, making headlines this week. You know, Dave, some people, myself included, like to live on the fringe.
Really? That's true.
Yes. And if you are one of those people, well, there's an event for you going down this weekend in Annapolis. The Fringe Festival is going on right now, and things are really heating up. The event, which runs today and tomorrow, Saturday, September 24th, features all sorts of arts and entertainment. Tonight, the schedule is packed with wild and weird stuff, my favorite, including a performance by Here Come the Mummies at Ram's Head. They are awesome.
Oh, you know them? Of course.
Yes. Shout out to Ricky Wise. Ricky loves Here Come the Mummies.
Are we ready to do a reference lost on younger viewers? It's like Guar.
No, I won't get into
Slipknot.
Yeah, Here Come the Mummies are awesome though, and I think younger audiences would love them.
Are their mummy outfits good?
Yeah, okay. Really good, really
Cool.
good, and
well,
they stay in character.
There's a reason to go.
So definitely
Fringe
check
Fest.
those guys out. They're from Nashville, and they actually perform as mummies, as we said, and that's at 8 p.m. And at 8:30 p.m. we have Divas and Dreamers.
Sounds right up your alley again.
A female impersonator show.
Oh.
There's also the Mission Escape Rooms, which I still haven't done one of those, but I really want to.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know about that.
I don't want to do any of the horror ones, like the murdery ones, but one of the ones that's just like a whodunit, figure it out kind of thing.
Don't you get claustrophobic?
I don't get claustrophobic.
Okay.
Not me. All
right.
And if it's clowns, that's the big old fat no. Not going to do that. Nope. No.
Yeah, there might be clowns in the escape rooms.
Yeah.
Gotta escape the clowns.
Nope, not doing that. They're also going to have lots of other bands and, of course, a wine and design class where you will create one of the most famous paintings of all time. Dave Abrams. No, just kidding.
Yeah, not me. I can't draw.
On Saturday, the craziness continues with the infamous high heel race made popular by Georgetown at 7 p.m., a performance by the Bacon Brothers featuring Kevin Bacon.
Oh, my God.
Awesome. I love it.
6 degrees
the
of
best
Kevin
weekend
Bacon.
ever.
I know.
And during the day, the Art Buzz Kids painting demonstration. For all the information, prices, and contacts, go to fringefestivalannapolis.com. Where are you going to be?
Jeez, that's a lot of stuff. I'm going to check it out. I haven't figured out exactly how or when or why. But
Yeah.
I know why, but I have to figure it out. I think Saturday I'm going to go.
That's a great music.
Yep.
That's
and
a great
that's
art.
when that's when it's like the festival-y kind of atmosphere is at its peak, I believe, is
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon. But I have a question for you. How many times have you watched the movie Footloose?
I've watched Footloose I'd say a handful of times at least.
I've watched Footloose probably 100 times.
Okay, not as much as you, clearly.
It was on last week, and I can't look away from it. It's
Yeah.
one of those 80s movies. It's a Kevin Bacon movie, of course.
Yes.
And the kids are not allowed to dance in the town,
gosh,
Kristin.
it's awful. It's awful.
against the law to dance, and
Why?
they just have to dance.
They've got to dance.
The kids have, it's a metaphor
They
for
need to
life. It's a
dance.
metaphor for life, Kristin.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, if you're environmentally conscious, you
Yep.
might be eligible for a new tax credit.
Woohoo!
The county is offering a tax break of up to 50% on your stormwater fee if you're using small-scale runoff controls on your property. County Executive Steve Shue announced the tax break last week. Eligible projects include rain gardens, permeable pavements, rainwater harvesting, and impervious surface disconnections. Say that 10 times fast.
Oh, later.
Rain barrels do not count, but they're still a good idea to conserve water.
Yes, get your rain barrel.
And if you would like to find out more information about the program, call 410-222-0529 or go to aaRivers.org. Now, what is rainwater harvesting, you may ask?
What is rainwater harvesting,
What is that?
Dave?
Well, here you can see a house and a big old rain barrel. Now, if you're a real go-getter, you can collect the rainwater from your roof or yard, filter out the bad stuff, and pump the water back into your home or irrigation system. But you don't have to do all of this to get the tax credit. It just has to collect more water than your standard rain barrel, which I understand is around 50 gallons.
Yes, that's accurate.
So it's got to be like way bigger than that.
Yes, if you want a rain barrel, Arlington Echo.
Tell us about your rain barrel. You got a rain barrel?
Not where I live.
Well, you need to get one. I mean, you have your fans to think about.
If I had a nice yard and stuff, I probably would have
you
a
don't
rain
have
barrel.
grass? You have no grass?
I have concrete.
Oh.
I'm surrounded by concrete.
That's kind of cool. I'm sick of mowing my lawn.
Do you have a rain barrel? Okay, so if one of us here is at fault,
But I
clearly
don't walk
we know who
around
it
preaching
is.
the gospel of all
Yeah, but
of the...
you tell me you support everything I do preach, so you might as well get your rain barrel.
All right.
Haha.
I just want the tax credit.
Well, you can't get it with just a rain barrel.
I know, I need a super big
And now we learned why. Oh, man. Well, Dave, there is an important event coming up in the fight to stop opioid addiction. Leaders from 3 counties, including Arundel, will be holding a summit in Clarksville on October 4th. The program begins at 9 a.m. County Executives Shue, Alan Kittleman from Howard County, and Barry Glassman from Harford County will kick everything off. The event will also feature WBAL sportscaster Keith Mills. Love Keith Mills.
He's cool.
To talk about his struggles with addiction, and Maryland Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford to talk about the state's efforts. To register, you can call 410-313-6353. Topics will include treatment and recovery updates, public health partnerships, drug courts, the science of addiction, and law enforcement initiatives. And if you want to bring the discussion to your local school or community organization, don't forget about the Not My Child presentation sponsored by the county. You can go to our homepage, aacounty.org, to find out more about that.
Should be a good event.
Yeah.
And
It's a trifecta right
and that's
there.
really cool that Keith Mills is willing to, talk about his own personal story. That I think that always has the biggest impact when it's somebody that you're familiar with who can tell you, just in case to borrow from the Not My Child, if you think it can't happen to you, you're wrong.
Right.
So
I think it encourages folks to open up about it too, because you don't think about someone that is of a celebrity like status opening up about it, and when they do, you think, well, I can talk about my issues as well.
Yep. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to members of the Anne Arundel County Commission for Women about their fair this weekend at Anne Arundel Community College. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love, love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we're delighted to have Ms. Angie Rodriguez and Alexus Viegas from the Anne Arundel County Commission for Women. Ladies, welcome to Weekend
Thank
Review.
you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for having such fun, exciting news to share with us today. We're going to talk about something a little interesting I know Dave wants to get into. But first, I wanted to chat about the commission.
It's cater-made just for me.
For you. What are your roles with the commission, and how long have you been in the commission?
Well, the Women's Commission is a board, basically, that is a liaison between the community and the county council, as well as the county executive's office. The county executive actually appoints women onto the commission from various different areas of the community, and they are asked to serve a 2-year term. And what we are trying to do is improve the quality of life for women and children here in our county.
Nice. And what do you do on the commission?
Well, right now, I've just been elected as vice president.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Or they
Your
call it
honor.
vice chair. They call it vice chair. And I also serve as the chair of the membership committee. So I'm helping to bring more people into the commission, as associate members. And then as our members roll off, we can move up our seasoned associate members to full commissioners.
Lovely. And Alexus, your role?
I am a commissioner. I was recently appointed as a full commissioner last
Also,
month.
congratulations.
Your
Yes,
honor.
thank you. I'm the chair of the legislative committee, and I serve on the social media committee. So
Big
managing
on social media here.
Yes. So managing our social media, making sure that we get our message out and we share, our message and everything about the fair, definitely. And then legislative committee, we are tracking legislation and matters, that are important to women in the county, so we can make sure that we stay apprised and work towards our mission.
And how long has the commission been in existence?
Since 1975.
Wow.
We should thank you both because this is a volunteer board and we have dozens and dozens of these volunteer boards in the county, and it requires that, it's not paid, it requires a time commitment, it requires going to meetings, it requires a lot of your free time. So thank you for volunteering to do that.
Thank you.
And that's a good segue into tell us about your fair and expo, the first of its kind that you're having this weekend. It's tomorrow at the community college. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. The Women's Fair and Expo was born out of our mission to serve women of the county and serve as a resource. So the Women's Fair and Expo will have over 50 exhibitors, vendors, and we will have classes that people can take. We will have lots of shopping. So we'll have LuLaRoe, Nubian and Nile Roots, we'll have paparazzi accessories. So there will be some really fun things to do at the fair on top of important things like financial management and dealing with the drug addiction problems.
And I definitely want to point out that the fair is being sponsored by several key groups in the
Yes.
county. Whiting Turner Contracting Company, they are a huge sponsor for us, and we thank them. Robert Andrews Salon and Spas is
Familiar.
Yes, I know you are. So am I. We were so lucky to be able to grab them as a sponsor, and they'll be coming and doing, of course, what they do best. Lots of massages and makeovers and giveaways and for free. Yes, yes, for free, because they want to get the word out about their company. And AARP joined us as a sponsor as well. So we are really, really happy to have all of them on board. We also want to point out that we are very grateful to having the Community Foundation of Annapolis help us, in retrospect to being able to pay for everything and just to help us out financially as well. So we want to list them as a sponsor. And one of the key parts of the fair to me that really was very important to get the word out about is that we are offering free Narcan training. The Department of Health is coming in, and a wonderful lady named Sandy Smolnicki, she will actually be doing the training, 2 different classes, one at 10 a.m. and one at 1 o'clock. And so we have a lot of things going on. So, it's in everyone's best interest to come early. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. We probably won't be winding up till 4 o'clock. And, we have free giveaways every hour. You definitely want to get in for that.
I'm hearing free a couple of times with this event. I like it. And this is at the community college.
This is at Anne Arundel County Community College, the Arnold campus on College Parkway.
And it's free entry.
Free.
She mentioned free.
I really like this free
There's
theme you
lots of
guys have
free
going
stuff.
on. It's very exciting.
Well, I also want to say one of the things that we want to make sure we get from those that attend the fair, we have a little survey card being printed, and we want to find out from the women in the county, what are some of the issues that are, affecting you? What are some of the things that you want us to take back to our county executive's office and our county council? So, even though you come in and you can have free reign of the entire exhibit, we want, for you to at least spend a little bit of time giving us your feedback.
And that's not a lot to ask.
I don't think so
right?
either.
All
Not for
this
free.
free stuff, we just want a little information.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's really important because, again, I mentioned you all are volunteer and you're trying to do a good job, and it really takes people, helping you out a little bit and getting involved to really achieve what you want to achieve.
I also
So-
have to tell you that when my letter came in from Steve Shue, it was a total surprise. I had no idea that he was actually, considering me for this role. I considered it an extreme honor. So I would like to think that everyone who is on the commission feels that way as well. Yes, we asked, or some of us did ask to be a part of this group, but for the most part, we're looking at it as he is asking for our opinion and our feedback.
You got drafted because you know
we
what you're doing.
We got drafted. We did get drafted, but by the same token, it means that he values, our feedback and our opinions. So, I've always considered it an honor, and
How often do you have meetings, and can
we
the public
do meet
attend
monthly.
your meetings?
No, actually, it is not an open meeting.
Okay.
It is really, or we probably wouldn't get much done if it were. So, it's comprised of.
It's like a working meeting?
It is a working meeting, and, we realize that we have a lot of mothers who have, small children at home. So we try to keep it brief, but we do meet, once a month, even through the summer months, especially since we're planning a fair. And we even have conference calls. Sometimes we, had something or have something that comes up that we really need to make a decision on. So we will plan an impromptu conference call. But, sometimes mothers need to bring their children with them to the meeting, and we understand that. That's understandable. So we have one who just had a baby. We actually have two that have just had babies. We, they've got to bring them because we don't want to lose them. And
So the commission is full at this time, but
Yes.
if folks want to follow up on your progress or keep up to date on any upcoming events like this fair, which ladies, you should all be heading to this Saturday at Anne Arundel Community College. Free.
It's free.
Free.
There's all kinds
Free.
of free stuff. Like
We
what?
need your input.
Like what for free?
Like Robert Andrews services.
yes,
And
the
free entry.
Narcan training.
And Narcan
What is
training.
that? Is that
Very
like a
important.
mani-pedi type deal, or what is that?
We don't have enough time. So
See,
we're,
you're talking in code, so some of us, some segments of the population can't understand what's going on. Is that on
yes,
purpose?
mani-pedis, massage, probably
Yes.
facials.
Yes,
on
and
site.
makeovers.
Makeovers.
Okay.
An array.
And men are
Free.
allowed to come, Kristen.
Yes, they are allowed
That's
to come.
right,
Yes,
see?
they are.
Everyone
Of
is
course
allowed.
they're allowed to come. I'm
We're
not
welcome.
getting into Robert Andrew with you right now.
Okay.
So if folks want to keep up to date with what you're accomplishing as a group, where can they go?
Well, we have our Facebook page, which
Yes.
Alexus is helping to manage.
Hey, social media management.
Yes.
Love
So
it.
Anne Arundel County Commission for Women on Facebook. It's just our
Search
name.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
Just search that and we'll come right up.
Yes, and we do have a website really spotlighting all of our vendors and all of our sponsors. So that is womensfair.org. Womensfair.org.
Wow, how'd you get that one?
I know,
Nicely
right?
We
done.
got lucky because .com was taken.
Nice.
And we also have an email address if anyone would like to
Yes.
email us, and that is aaccwomen@gmail.com.
Very good. Well,
Excellent.
ladies, gentlemen, get out there and support our Anne Arundel County women.
Guys, you can go too.
I said ladies,
I know,
gentlemen.
yeah.
Okay. This one.
We're going to put him in a couple of classes.
I know, thank you. Alexus, Angie, thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
the time
Thank
out of your
you.
day to come into the studio and chat with us. And for you out there, we'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Get up, I know you found a way. Head up, look through those clouds of gray.
Now it's our turn. Go to ourturntohelp.org and donate what you can. Hope is on the way.
Welcome back. We never miss an opportunity to get out on the water and learn more about our environment. Our own Michelle Corkadel did just that to introduce our new South Riverkeeper, Jessie Eiliff. Michelle?
Thanks, guys. I'm real excited today to be on the South River Federation's boat with our new Riverkeeper, Jessie Eiliff. Welcome to the community, Jessie.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here to serve the residents of the watershed in the county and provide clean water for everybody.
I know the South River communities are real excited to have you here because you do a lot of good for us. Are you not our eyes and ears of the water?
I try to be. I'm out on the water every week, and in addition to doing the scientific monitoring that the Federation does, I do indeed keep an eye out for any environmental violations or even just unwise practices in terms of yard maintenance, I'm happy to offer suggestions if anybody would have me.
Well, as we tour around, I know there's going to be great opportunities for us to talk about how we can better educate the public on some simple things that they can do to make a huge impact and difference on the river. In addition to pointing out some of the challenges that we face today and some of the great work and projects that the South River Federation has done to greatly improve our water quality to date. Correct?
Yeah, we have done a number of projects in the watershed. I think our total over the past 6 or 7 years now is about 75 different projects ranging from small rain gardens to large-scale stream restorations and everything in between. We engage a lot of volunteers, and we're always grateful to have people come out and to help us do the good work.
That's right. You can't do it alone. So we're gonna hit the waterways and check out some of our existing projects and take a look at what we can continue to do in ways of new projects to further make those improvements.
All right, great.
Let's go. So Jesse, you know, the Chesapeake Bay is a treasure, and I moved here about 20 years ago. What's your story in connection with the Chesapeake Bay?
I grew up on the Severn River. I was in the water every other day, it seems like, most summers throughout my childhood, since as long as I can remember. Some of my family members were also involved in the Severn River Association, so I was aware of the conservation challenges that face the water. And you know, a lot of times with our own shoreline, we would just have days where we would be down there picking up trash and things like that. And I was always taught to be very careful about cleaning boats, what sort of products to use, and when you're filling gas, you know, how to be careful about not spilling and things like that. So I have sort of been steeped in that mindset since I was born. When I went to law school, I certified in environmental law at Maryland and was in the environmental law clinic where I represented the Potomac Riverkeeper at the time and got familiarized with what the whole Waterkeeper movement is about. And then when I was working in private practice before taking this job, I took pro bono cases with the Chesapeake Legal Alliance and worked with that organization to preserve the water quality and improve the health of the Chesapeake. And there's progress being made. You know, there are obviously tremendous challenges that we have to face, but there are areas of optimism. This past year throughout the Bay, there were the highest dissolved oxygen readings in a number of years. There was the largest expanses of underwater grasses in decades. And there have been synergistic effects. A really interesting study came out of the University of Maryland recently saying that a lot of the benefit to the Bay is because of improvements in enforcement of the Clean Air Act and the atmospheric deposition of nitrogen that has historically been a real problem has been tremendously reduced, and you're seeing improvements across the Bay as a result of that.
Great, because people don't normally think of air quality associated with water quality. And I understand too that since you came through the school system, that changes have been made in how we educate and approach the science for our children as we study these problems.
Yeah, when I was in school, there wasn't really any such thing as a STEM program, and the STEM programs that have been implemented throughout the state and I assume throughout the country have focused a lot on local environmental issues because it really helps bring home the lesson to the students that this isn't all just abstract and hypothetical education they're receiving. There is a lot of practical nuts and bolts applications that can be used, and it's just a great excuse to get kids out and in the environment and understanding what's there to protect and what's there to fight against.
Great.
Thanks, Michelle. So Dave,
Yes, Kristin?
all of fall TV's getting riled up for the big channels to get their shows back, but I'm wondering
Yeah.
if you've taken advantage of any Netflix shows in your
Yes.
time off from prime time.
Yes.
Yes.
I watched the Get Down,
Oh, I want to see that.
which was really, really cool.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me that Netflix is using these algorithms now, and they're basically engineering shows based on what people like to see.
Yeah, preferences. Of
Which
course.
I guess is,
you need to do that.
It's just kind of weird. It's like
Do you
social engineering.
think that's weird? I don't know.
It's
I
like
don't think
plug
it's weird.
and play, like put in cogs and anyway.
I like when it gives me suggestions based off stuff that I like because they're usually right.
Yeah, I know. I guess I just don't like being so simple to figure out. I like being mysterious.
You're very
complex.
mysterious.
Yes. So the Get Down is about New York City in 1977 when they had the blackout and the Son of Sam murders and all that stuff, and it also happened to be kind of a lot of people make that the marker point of when disco ceased and rap and hip hop started.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool, the treatment of it is really cool, and it's about basically Grandmaster Flash, the original hip hop artist, came up and he's kind of a sensei character in a kung fu movie type thing, and he teaches these kids how to
wax on, wax off,
how to spin records and stuff.
That's cool.
And, it's a great show. I think it's like 8 episodes, so
I wanna
not
see
too
that.
little, not too much, but you do want more after it's over. But I'm not sure how they're gonna do more with it, but it was really cool. And at the end, they come out like when rap music started and they were playing records. It was about the DJs. It wasn't rapping. It was how you could scratch the records and mix the songs everybody knew and danced to, and so. Not to give too much away, but they come out at the end of it. They come out and they're a 5-member rap group and they're all rapping and people are
Dave,
like, "What is this?"
I'm not even gonna watch it now. You just spoil the whole thing.
It's like Sully. You know what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna invent rap. That's what's gonna happen.
No, that's cool. I do want to see it.
I
And
won't
of
tell
course,
any of the other spoilers about the actual plot.
Yeah. As anything else directed by Baz Luhrmann, it's incredibly visually fantastic,
It
and
is.
the music's going to be amazing. So I do want. That's on my list.
It's
Did
very
you
cool.
ever catch up on Stranger Things?
Finish that.
What'd you think?
It was great.
Amazing.
I liked it. It was scary.
Officially signed on for a second season. Are you as excited as I am?
I am, and so inform myself and our viewers. Is this going to be a totally different story, or is it going to be the same story?
They haven't gotten that far about it yet.
What do you think they're going to do?
I would like to think that they're going to keep a lot of the same cast. I know they have to develop a new storyline, but I'd hate for them to move to a new city after I've already fallen in love.
They don't have to
with this
develop
cast.
a new storyline.
No,
there
they
was
have
enough to
to
work with there to keep
but
it going.
So okay, I don't want to ruin anything for anyone else, but they definitely left
haven't we
room.
talked about we think the kid is the monster?
Well, I don't want to stop.
It's not spoiling
We're
anything.
spoiling stuff.
No, we're
but
not.
definitely in that last episode, it leaves you to believe that what they thought they got rid of, they maybe did not get rid of.
That's right. Dun,
So
dun, dun.
I don't know. It's up to the series creators, the brothers, I forget their names, what they want to do. But if you haven't watched Stranger Things, you really need to, because the soundtrack's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It pays so much homage to weird 80s sci-fi and all the crazy adventure movies like Goonies. I love it so much.
And I texted you when I was watching this because you told me about it first and I was watching it, and then I got around episode 4 or something and they run the closing credits and they play Bangles.
Yes.
Crazy shade,
Hazy Shade of Winter.
And I was like, that's why she likes the show. And it just rocks out. Of all the things we notice, it's the credits.
Right,
it's
right.
just text up on the screen with a song playing we like.
It
It's
is.
sad.
It is. But it's a great series. Get Down, I want to definitely check in.
Do you know what the
on-
Get Down is?
It's a club. Right?
No. So the Get Down is when you're scratching a record, it's so you know where to position the record. So when you come back in, you're right at the right spot.
Oh, the downbeat. That makes sense.
Or the one, as they call it
It's
in
the downbeat.
funk
They
music.
get down. Mhm.
But
I got it.
one of the cool things is they use a crayon to draw where that spot is on the middle of the record. So when the DJ is spinning, he just has to match that line,
I like it.
crayon line up to the needle.
Learned something new today.
See? Learn a
You
lot in
folks
this
out
show.
there, if you have something on Netflix that you think we need to watch, hop on the Facebook
Help us out.
conversation. Tell us just below on Arundel
We
TV
need new
or
shows.
in Arundel County. What
And
we
the
should
night
be
of,
watching.
HBO,
Oh,
night of.
I do need to watch that.
That's
so
a good one,
let us
too.
know what you're watching.
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.